FlickDirect's Judith Raymer here with the talented Ice Cube and Charlie Day, or should I address you as Dr. Day?
Wow, you've done your research. That's true. Yeah, Dr. Day will be fine.
I wasn't sure what the protocol was on that.
Yeah.
Very enjoyable movie, so funny. Oftentimes audiences are disappointed when they go in and find that the trailer has shown them the best of it. And that is not the case. Laughed throughout the entire film.
Good.
I have to mention the talent show floored me.
Yeah.
The talent show, I could see my younger son putting me in a spot like that.
We can't give that away in the
Absolutely.
trailer. That's the problem, you know what I mean? We don't want to give that away.
That's all I'll say, is that I
Yeah.
saw that and I thought of him. I thought, he will do that to me. one
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
It's a great scene.
There's a lot of funny stuff in the movie.
Yes, and even through it, without being preachy, you also bring some attention, I think, to a few things. You open up maybe a little bit the conversation, hopefully, about teachers and what they're going through. Even the kids,
Yes.
the public education system, the lack of tools and that.
Yeah, I think that, look, really at the end of the day, that's what the movie's about. You know, it's about taking a look at the school, the whole picture, the students, the teachers, and saying, hey, there's a little bit of a mess here, and somebody has to stand up, and so maybe the system becomes the bully in the movie. But look, at the end of the day, we're not trying to be too preachy. It's still just supposed to make you laugh.
Well, that's why it's so wonderful, because you guys do that without even really doing it. It's just a comedy. It absolutely is.
Yeah.
It just happens to do that.
It's got a little bit of a soul to it.
Yeah, and a little bit the absurdity also what our society has come to with that voyeuristic
Absolutely.
fighting.
It's just interesting to do a movie where, you know, you have people who aren't supposed to be fighting, which does, you know, it's a commentary on the school system that they've driven these two teachers to the brink. And so, you know, it's just an interesting look at it. And then the movie is very politically incorrect and funny and great.
Yeah.
And it's time for that.
Absolutely, because you took a classic premise but switched it a little, made it about the adults, about the teachers.
Yeah.
And there's just so much in that, and just your scenes. Have you, you're both parents, I think, at different stages. From that perspective, like from that side, how?
Yeah, I mean, you hope your kids, you know how to deal with their problems if, you know, especially if they're getting bullied in any kind of way, you know. You don't necessarily want them to fight, but you want them to be proactive. You don't want this to be something that they're just living with in silence by themselves. So, you know, as my kids, I just encourage them to be honest on how they feel and say it, you know, because, you know, with youngsters, you got to deal with a lot of different situations. So you got to teach them how to speak up for themselves.
Yeah, and mine's still 5 years old, so I'm trying to teach him, you know, not to hit and how to wipe his own booty. So
Yeah, that's really important.
yeah, these are my dilemmas.
But in the end, you guys do it so beautifully comedically. It just, you highlight the absurdity of it. You know, it's not a preachy, it's not a serious, even though we've talked about those points here, it is absolutely a comedy. I don't laugh out loud often anymore, and I did the entire film.
Great.
And for that, thank you.
Well, thank
you.
Fans.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks so much.